Good morning to all the hockey players. Now I'm going to demonstrate the dynamic warm-up exercise for you guys. First of all, we have the quad activation. Basically, just actively bring your knee to your chest and then we will use our hands passively to bring it even higher. Second, we have the hamstring kick out. Activate the hamstring and improve our knee extension control. Yes, still the hamstring. I am reinforcing the hamstring dynamic flexibility here. Sweep. Monster or crab walk. I'm trying to strengthen the glute, hip stabilizer, and core for better lateral movement and stability. So basically, keep your pelvic stable in the horizontal movement and then not going up and down. Keep your knees in line with the big toes. Yes, we are still using the band. Now I'm walking backward. So basically when you skate, you're not always just skating forward, right? Sometimes you will go backward. So here I'm just mimicking the skating movement. You can go back and forward. We are doing the simple skipping just to work on our lower body coordination. Now we progress it into AC skip to work on our hip mobility or dynamic. Oh, that's a really cool exercise, shoulder impulse. So basically this exercise enhances the shoulder stability, endurance. Oh, as you can tell, I'm really tired. Yes, and neuromuscular control, particularly in the rotator cuff and scapular stabilizers. Okay, let's move on to the core. So we're doing dead bugs here, improving the core stability and coordination. It's really important that you keep your pelvis neutral because you don't want a overlordosis on your back. Classic sit-up, here I use a mat ball to increase some challenge, but it's really important here that you sit at one point on the ceiling to prevent some neck movement. And you're trying to reach as far as possible. We're working on our obliques and rotational control through the Russian twist here. Let's move on to the next category, stretch. So the 90-90 hip stretch, we're trying to reduce the stiffness in the hip and glutes. So we are really trying to stretch out those external and internal hip rotators. If you could, just lean your body more forward to feel the intense stretching feelings. You know what, since we are in this position, let's just finish the 90-90 mobility. Basically, just like place your feet on the ground, don't move, and then rotate your torso. Oh yes, here is the best stretch. That's why it's called the world's greatest stretch. This is a full body dynamic stretch that increases mobility in the hips, thoracic spine, and shoulders. So you're really trying to separate your hips as far as possible. This is the adductor stretch, especially those goalie. This is really good for you guys, okay? When you do the stretch, always stretch on both sides. Breathing regularly, don't hold your breath. Okay, done with the lower body. Now we are doing the shoulder overhead stretch, just in general enhance the shoulder's flexibility and range of motion in the GH joints. And yes, now I'm targeting the latissimus dorsi muscle. As you can see, I am twisting, rotating to target different fibers. This exercise is called the floating stride. You could have a bench or hurdle right next to you. You will just cross over it in a combination of ADD flexion and ABD extensions. Next, move on to the upper body. So we're doing shoulder mobility with dowel. You can do it with a broomstick or even a towel. So basically just hold it slightly wider than the shoulder width apart and then just swing it above your head. We are now trying to increase the scapular control and range of motion of any overhead movement. Move on to the thoracic spine. I really don't know what is this exercise called, but you will be in a lunge position against the wall. Stabilize your knee because you don't want it to move your pelvis. To dissociate your pelvis from your upper body, that's what I'm trying to say, yes. And then use your elbow as a pivot point to rotate your body in extension and flexion. First strengthening exercise, squat jump. We're trying to build an explosive lower body power, improving the strength and speed in the legs. So you're trying to jump as high as possible. Next, we have the combination of side and curtsy lunge. You know what? We're primarily working only in the frontal plane, but I'm trying to make it more diverse. So we're working on the sagittal and transverse planes here. This movement improves lateral and rotational strength, which is really important for some functional activity that involve direction changes. Step up and hip flexion combination. This exercise targets the quad, glutes, and hip flexor, improving our single leg balance and reinforce our hip strength. This is a sumo squat rather than just a regular squat, so the feet are set wider than shoulder width apart with toes pointing outward for approximately 45 degrees. So the wider stance allowed our adductor to engage more than regular squat. This exercise, I don't know if you can see much. I'm actually doing the hip internal rotation with my knees stabilized against the wall. Now without the band, you can see much more, huh? I know, my hip are weak. Oh, this is rough. Copenhagen. Basically set yourself in a side plank position and have your top leg rested on the bench. If resting on the ankle is way too hard for you, you can do a modifications which by having your knees on the bench instead of your ankle. Well, this is not a good demonstration here. Stagger pad-off press. So you can do it with pulley or just a band. You probably cannot see my leg are in the stagger position, so this exercise helps developing core connection, which is really critical for powerful or control movement like explosive stride or powerful shots. This is the side plank with elbow pronation and supination exercise. Get into a side plank position with your elbow directly under your shoulder and feet stacked for balance. Extend your top arm straight up perpendicular to the floor and slowly rotate your wrists to turn your palms up and down in a controlled manner. The rotator cuff endurance and forearm or grip strength can be benefit from this exercise, since we need stick handling control and puck battles in hockey. Shoulder deficit step up. We're trying to train our shoulder stabilizer to absorb impact safely, reducing the injury risk from falling or hitting. Runner step up. Step onto a box with one leg driving the opposite knee up explosively, and we're trying to engage our core and avoid any excessive forward lean. This is a little bit of the variation speed box jump. So we can use a low to medium height box and jump onto the box as quickly as possible, focusing on rapid ground contact time. Side to side hurdle hop. This one is going to improve the edge control of our skates, lateral agility, and helping with rapid cuts and pivots. Skater hop not only improve our balance but also strengthen our hip adductors. It enhances our stride efficiencies and lateral quickness. This combo movement enhances reactive power, lateral explosiveness, and coordination, which stimulating game-like transition when accelerating after a lateral move during hockey. Box drop trains eccentric control and rebound power of our lower body. So remember, step off a box, not jump. Absorb the impact through our feet and then explode it into a jump as quickly as possible. This is good for push-off ability for faster starts. Also, we can use the same technique for one leg as well.